So we're just lying down nice and flat, relaxed shoulders, glutes are relaxed, hammies are relaxed. Take an inhale through your nose, nice big breath. On your exhale, draw your belly button to your spine, tuck your pelvis and flatten your back. Inhaling, let your tummy soften, let your back arch. We've got no glutes, no hammies on. Exhale, Tanya's using a good shush to flatten her tummy, and exhale all the air out to bring those abs down. Inhaling, let your back arch, soften your glutes, soften your hammies. Exhaling, draw your belly button down, low back to mat, belly button to spine. Inhale, really soften your tummy, let your rib cage expand, let your back arch. Exhale, you're tucking your pelvis, flattening your back to the floor and having a tiny little stretch through your low back. Inhaling, let your back arch, just soften your shoulders, relax into the mat. Exhale. Now when you tuck your pelvis, it's a little unlock through your low back. So tuck into that and it should feel quite nice. Inhale, relax your glutes and hammies. Exhaling, draw your belly button down and your low back to mat. Pop your hands on your tummy and I want you to feel that you can inhale, blow up, blow up, blow up. And then on your exhale, let your hands guide your tummy right down to the floor so that we can learn to connect those abs and flatten them. Inhaling through your nose, let your back arch. Exhale, using the shush to deflate your abs and let all the air out so that we can learn to use our abs later. Inhale, let your back arch. Exhale, tuck your pelvis, low back to mat. It feels like your whole back is on the mat in a little stretch. Inhaling through your nose, let your back arch, soften your shoulders. Exhaling to tuck and tuck and tuck to a flat back. Move your hands to your rib cage. Really important that the rib cage moves with your breath. So on your inhale, you should feel like your rib cage is expanding. On your exhale, if you can, soften your rib cage and draw it down. Inhaling to relax, let your rib cage expand. Exhaling, draw down, ribs to hips, belly button to spine, and low back to mat. Inhale, let your rib cage expand. So important to start loosening the thoracic, to use your breath. Exhaling, rib cage connects to your abs. So again, so important that it moves. Inhaling to expand your rib cage, really big breath. Exhale, tuck your pelvis, low back to mat and belly button to spine. 2 more nice big breaths. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling, tuck your pelvis, flatten your back, glutes and hammies are relaxed. Inhale, nice long breath. Exhaling to tuck, draw your abs flat and flatten your back into a nice little stretch. Okay, from here, over onto your tummy. Lose the head pad. Actually, the head pad, I forgot to talk about that, is a folded towel. If you don't have a head pad, just fold up a towel for a little bit of height underneath your head for that breathing. And now we're getting rid of that. Legs out long, forehead down, shoulders nice and relaxed. Now, in this one, your feet are really nice and heavy. They're not lifting. We're going to learn to use the glutes without too much hammies and learn to use your glutes to unlock your back. Take an inhale for a nice big breath. Exhale, draw your belly button to your spine, tuck your pelvis and squeeze your glutes without lifting your feet off the floor. Inhale, relax your shoulders. Draw your belly button up off the floor, tuck your pelvis and fire those glutes. Now it's just glutes here, so this can be quite hard. Take an inhale. Just focus on those glutes. See if you can squeeze them. Get a good squeeze, tucking your pelvis and lifting your tummy off the floor. Inhale to relax. Exhaling, draw your belly button up, tuck your pelvis, and really think glutes. Inhale, relax your neck and shoulders. Tuck your pelvis, squeeze those glutes. Now for some of you, this is a little back stretch. It's a little unlock through the low back. Inhaling, and when you're tucked, it should actually feel really nice on your low back. Tuck your pelvis and fire those glutes. Really practice squeezing those glutes. Inhale to relax them. They have to relax. Draw your abs in, squeeze your glutes, and hold this glute squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going again. Inhale. Draw up through your low abs, tuck and squeeze those glutes. For some of you, this is already a hip flexor stretch. Inhaling. Abs in, squeeze your glutes. Inhale to relax your shoulders. Draw your belly button up and squeeze. Inhale. You can hear using the shush to draw those abs up, belly button to spine. The breathing is so important. Take an inhale so you can get ready to use the right muscles. So use your inhale. On your exhale, get the glutes to fire. Think about them and focus on them. Inhale again. We've got 5 more squeezes. Tuck your pelvis. It's like you're pulling your tailbone down towards your feet. Inhaling to relax. Draw your belly button to your spine and squeeze those glutes. Inhaling. Tuck, and you're pulling your back out of your sway. So you're pulling out of your sway back. Inhale to relax. Draw your belly button up. Fire those glutes. One more nice big breath. Abs up, tuck, squeeze, and hold. Hold those glutes. I call this the most important exercise of all time, getting the glutes to work like this. 8, 7, 6, 5, keep squeezing. 4, 3, 2, 1, and really relax down. All right, I'm just going to pass you a couple more head pads for the spine twist. Those. All right, Tanya's got 3 head pads stacked up for this stretch. If you're at home, it can just be a pillow, but it just needs to be like a bed pillow with a little bit of height so that your shoulder is not too squashed underneath you. Now we've got the front leg down and your knee is stuck on the ground. So you've got a bent leg and your knee up is pretty much as high as you can get it. So you're kind of aiming about the belly button. Yep. Taking an inhale here, nice big breath. Leave your knee stuck on the ground. On your exhale, take your hand over, look at your hand, and we're just twisting over to where you are comfortable and your back first feels tight. You're stopping there. Take an inhale for a really big breath, and exhale, bring it back. All right, so you're stopping where your back feels tight. We're not going over to the floor. Inhale, a big breath, soften your tummy. Exhale, turn and look at your hand so that we're getting some movement through the neck. Now this is a big breath. Open up the chest, stretch for the window. Exhale and stay there. Just stay there on that one and relax. Inhale, really big breath again. Reach open your stretch. And exhaling to bring it back. Okay, so we're leaving the knee stuck on the ground. Take an inhale. This protects your low back but gets some movement in the thoracic. Exhaling to go over. Now this inhale, you're breathing into where your rib cage is tight. Breathe into it, breathe into it, breathe into it, and then exhale and stay there, letting yourself twist and opening up into that stretch. Inhale again into your tightness, a big breath. And then stay there and relax into your stretch, leaving your knee down. Inhale, reach to the back wall or the window, and then exhaling to come back to where we started. Let this one take time for your back to get into it. Take a big inhale, exhaling to go over. Open up that chest. Let's go for a chest stretch. So breathe across your chest. Do a big chest breath. Reach your hand out. Stay there. Soften. Your legs are heavy and your neck is relaxed. Take a big breath. Open up that chest and let's stay there. Soften your neck and relax your head. Another really big inhale. The inhale is everything. Blast open that rib cage, that chest. Stay there again. Soften your neck and keep reaching. Inhale for as long as you can. Really big breath. And bring it back. Nice. Right, other side. You can either swap ends or tip over. Whatever floats your boat. You want face to camera rather than butt to camera? I was thinking that. All right. Drop your knee down. Hands out the front. You don't need to be going over as far as Tanya is going in on this one. She's well practiced. So just do what suits your back, especially if you have a sore back. Take an inhale for a nice big breath between the shoulder blades. Exhaling to go over. Look at your hand and just relax through those legs if you can. Take an inhale. This one's a nice big stretch, and then we'll just bring it back. We're just warming up into this side. Each side of your back can feel quite different. Take an inhale. So work with which side you're on. Exhaling to go over. Inhale, do a big breath. We'll stay there just for one exhale. Let yourself twist. Don't push past a sore back. Just stay where you're at. Take an inhale. Really nice long breath. And bring it back. Inhale right between the shoulder blades. A big breath into your upper back. Exhale, keep your head heavy and your neck relaxed, turning to look at your fingers. Take a big breath, a really big breath into your tightness, and then stay there. Your knee needs to stay stuck down for the safety of your low back. Take a big breath and stay there again. We're using really big inhales, so go ahead, do a big inhale, open up that chest and bring it back. Nice heavy head and relaxed neck. Inhale, soften your tummy. Exhaling to go over, stick your knee down and just go over to where it feels nice for your back. Take a big breath. Stay there and let go. So exhale all the air out and soften your neck. Inhale through your nose. Make this a really big breath. Open up through the chest. Stay there and relax. We've got one more breath for as long as you can into wherever you're tight. Bottom of the rib cage, across the chest. Stay there and completely exhale. Nice. Last breath, inhaling and bring that back. So good. All right, swap ends again, and we're going to do some sit-ups. So chuck away your head pads. You can have none for this. Legs are going all the way out long. Now, when your legs are out long like this, you are in a neutral pelvis, okay? So the reason we're doing long legs is because it's super easy to hold a neutral pelvis here. So you've got a small arch in your back. You're trying not to tuck a little bit and bring your back flat. I really want the hip flexors lengthened. Another great thing about these sit-ups is that your hip flexors can stay where they are, nice and lengthened, and you can work your abs without bringing those into it. Pop your hands behind your head. Elbows are about the tip of your nose if you look to each side, and if you've got a tight neck and shoulders, you can bring your elbows all the way forward to help for now. Take an inhale through your nose. On your exhale, do a small sit-up. Tuck your chin, leave the arch in your back and pull your abs flat. Just actually stay there, Tanya. Take an inhale again. We're just going to show abs in again, how we need to bring those abs flat, belly button to spine, and then come down to the floor. All right, if your abs are pushing away from you, you're doing it wrong. Exhaling, draw your belly button to your spine and sit up. This should already be hard. If your abs are pulling flat, this should feel hard. Inhale to the floor. Abs in and sit up. Your hips are heavy, your legs are heavy. We are working just abs. Inhale to the floor. Draw your belly button to your spine and flatten, 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 flatten. Inhaling to the floor. Exhale, abs in. Draw your belly button down and flatten your abs. Inhale to the floor. Always look down. Tuck your chin. Look down at your belly button and see if they're flat. If they're pushing away from you, that's not right. Inhale down. Use the shush. So use the exhale to deflate, 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 and deflate your abs. Inhaling, this is how we get to transverse abdominals and the deep down abs that look after our back. Exhaling to sit up, slide your rib cage down and armpits to hips. Inhale to the floor, abs in 5. Let these be small but very difficult. Inhale, abs in and sit up. So you're drawing your belly button to your spine and exhaling until they're flat. Inhale down, abs in 3. Tanya, can you just show us elbows forward on the next one? Inhale. So if you've got a tight neck and shoulders or thoracic, sometimes you'll have to go elbows all the way forward. That's it. To help bring that rib cage down. Perfect. Inhaling, abs, and we'll sit up for 1. Stay there, short, sharp pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep your hips still. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the floor. Inhale. Abs in and sit up. So you're not pushing your back flat to the floor. Inhale. Hip flexors are lengthened and relaxed. Abs in. 10. Inhale, abs in. 9. Inhale, abs in. 8. Slide your ribs to hips. Inhale, nice heavy feet. Abs in. 7. Inhale to the floor. Abs in. 6. Inhale, abs in. 5. So good. Inhaling, draw your belly button to your spine. 4, keep exhaling and flattening those abs. Inhale, abs in. 3. Inhale down. These should feel really hard if you've got your abs coming flat. Belly button to spine. 2, because we're just working abs. Inhale, abs in. 1. Stay here, pulse it out. So we've got some movement through the shoulders. She's flattening her abs, pulling belly button to spine, exhaling all the air out, getting really good function in those abs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the floor, last set. Abs in and sit up. Belly button to spine. Slide armpits to hips to connect those abs to the rib cage. Inhale. Abs in. 10. Inhale. Abs in. 9. Inhale. Abs in. 8. Inhale. Abs in. 7. Inhale. Abs in 6. You're keeping the small arch in your back. You're not flattening your back to the floor. Even if it feels just a little bit tight down the bottom, it will be good. Abs in and sit up. Shit, I forgot my number. Inhale. Abs in. Belly button to spine. I'm going to go for 3 more. Inhale. Abs in 3. So good. Inhaling. Abs in 2. Inhale. Pull them flat. 1. Pulse it out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come down. And we're done with those. Oh, right, you're over on your tummy for your favorite exercise. We're going to go knees wide and heels together. So forehead is on your hands. I'll get your knees to come in just a little bit for the people at home. Right, so if this position feels tight for you, just bring your knees in a little bit closer together. The aim is to have your knees wide and then your heels together and your feet flexed open. So put your knees where you feel like you can actually lie there without your back feeling too tight, if you can. Take an inhale for a nice big breath. We're really going to stretch through those hip flexors. On your exhale, pull your abs up, tuck your pelvis and squeeze those glutes, and you're leaving your knees down on the ground. This can take a little bit to get going. Inhale. Soften your glutes and hammies. Tuck and squeeze those glutes. So if you really squeeze your glutes, you should be stretching through the front of your hips. Inhale to relax. Draw your belly button up off the floor. Tuck your pelvis and you're going pubic bone to floor to get that stretch in your hips. Inhale. Don't lift your knees because that will just pull into your low back. You're trying to tuck your pelvis and get those hips stretched out. Inhale to relax. Abs in, tuck your pelvis and squeeze those glutes. Inhale, use the breath. So the inhale, we soften off those hammies, reorganize, and then go for that good glute squeeze. Inhaling to relax. Exhale, draw your belly button up, tuck your pelvis and squeeze those glutes. Knees are at about the width of the mat, of your Pilates mat. Abs in, squeeze those glutes and tuck, 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 tuck. Inhaling to relax. Draw your belly button up, tuck and squeeze and hold. You're holding that glute squeeze. Belly button's drawing to your spine and you're stretching through those hips. This should feel like quite a stretch for anyone that's tight in the hip flexors. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax off. We've got 8 more. Inhale to soften your shoulders. Exhaling to squeeze those glutes. Inhale to relax. Draw your belly button up. Tuck and squeeze. Inhale, soften your shoulders. Draw your belly button to your spine and squeeze those glutes. Inhaling to relax, relax, relax. Draw your belly button up. You're tucking pubic bone into the floor. Inhale. This one can take a bit of practice to get the feeling of it. Draw your belly button up, tuck and squeeze. Inhaling to relax. Leave your knees on the ground. Make it be a pelvic tuck and fire those glutes. We've got 2 more. Inhale, soften your shoulders and your glutes. Exhaling, tuck and squeeze. Inhale, soften your shoulders, abs up, tuck, squeeze, and hold that glute squeeze as hard as you can, tucking your pelvis. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you don't have enough stretch in that, you can move your knees out wider to get a little bit more stretch. And we're done, Tanya. So good.